Hi, I'm Mona Gardella, Director of Market Development for Coldwell Banker Vanguard, and today I'm here with one of my very favorite Coldwell Banker Vanguard agents, Chad Harris, for episode 1 of Conversations with Chad. Thanks for joining me today, Chad. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you.
Likewise, thanks for taking time out of your schedule to do this.
You got it, my pleasure. So I just wanted to have a conversation with you. I know a lot about you and I know your heart, and I just wanted you to share that. So if you could just tell me a little bit more about why you feel you're different than other real estate agents.
Well, I think on the individual level, I think we're all different to some degree, and I think that we're the same as well. I try to, in conversations with the public, differentiate myself so that we don't become commodities, because there's a personality type that I think works for each homeowner or home purchaser. And I'm more of a data-driven guy, but I also try to connect with people at the human level. So it's case by case whether or not I'm the right person for that particular individual, but definitely an individual difference from one agent to the next for sure.
And that's something I've always appreciated about you. You're such an individual. What is something that you feel that makes you involved in people's personal experience with the real estate process?
Well, it was kind of a shock to me how intimate this business is. It's a very emotional business, very intimate business. We spend a lot of time with our clients. And I'm a professional. I try to stay on message and stay on task. But when you're spending sometimes hours at a time with the same people in the car, on the phone, or in a house, the message deviates and you get to know more about the people that you're dealing with. They get to know more about you. I don't like being so guarded that I can't share things about myself. So that's where that personal connection, I think, happens. I try to let it happen naturally.
Yes, absolutely. I love how you bring your family and your community into what you do. Just tell me something recently done for the city of Jacksonville.
For the city of Jacksonville, that's where I live is always a big part of who I am. When we first moved here, about 5.5 years ago now, we were kind of on the fence about whether or not we made the right decision. It was just different than other places we've been, and a lot of people, there's a lot of people have negative things to say about Jacksonville, along with some of the positive things, but I think sometimes those negative things are louder. And I think we started echoing that for a time. And what really turned things around for me was realization and getting involved in my son's school, and then having my daughter and realizing that regardless of what our unique tastes were, this is where they are and this is where they're going to continue to be. And there's other families here just like me. So this place, I feel like, rather than complain about the things that we don't like, I think we have to emphasize the things that make Jacksonville unique. And that's what really lights my fire and helps me to get out and in front of people and do everything I can to make sure that it's a great place for them if they decide to stay here once they're of age to make that decision. So.
And I know that you're very involved in helping those people make decisions that might not necessarily be of age, making a decision to become a better person, become one of those positive people in the Jacksonville area. Tell me a little bit about something that's true to your heart about giving back to the youth.
Well, there are parts of Jacksonville that remind me very much of my upbringing and what I saw growing up. And I don't come from a place of wealth, for sure. And thankfully, in my life, I've had the opportunity and the blessing of having strong, positive role models and mentors in my life to kind of keep me guided and instill values in me. And sometimes I sit and think, are there kids out there, talented kids out there that, maybe they just don't have that, and maybe they're going in a direction that is going to be less desirable, lead them to less desirable outcomes. So I try to have a role in mentorship. I'm plugged into a lot of nonprofits downtown, and every opportunity that I get to speak to younger people about, everything from presentation to communication to developing soft skills and life skills and being there with your family. Those things I think are my values, and I think they're positive values, and I try to pass those off to kids that might not be hearing it from other places.
That's such a great thing I've always admired about you.